it's definitely a little early for me. Normally I'm waking up around 10 a.m. during this pandemic, and instead I'm on the road at 9 a.m. Very strange, a little groggy, but I did have my coffee. The reason I'm on the road is because a few months ago, Aston Martin New England, a client of mine, as you may know that I quit my job and so I'm doing kind of full-time filming, and one of my clients is Aston Martin Lotus of New England, was supposed to do a big event with the Lotus Evija. The Evija is Lotus's new electric hypercar. It has 2,000 horsepower and it's completely electric. It's pretty wild. They were supposed to have a nice event with clients and special guests, invite-only kind of thing, where we were going to just go through and show the car to people who are going to be potential customers or people who are just loyal to the Lotus brand. Instead, we can't show it to anybody, but the car still showed up. So, in order to show the car off and not hold an event, there's a few of us that are going to be staying very far apart from each other, but we're going to live stream the event. So instead of hoarding 100 or 150 people into the showroom, it's going to be me and a few cameras, and we're going to still show the Evija to the local community via a live stream. Now, this is pretty scary because obviously I still have to go in. I mean, we're working with people, but we're taking as much precaution as possible. It is odd, though, the overwhelming sense of kind of doom and stress that you get when you recognize that you have to go to a place. And it's the same feeling you get when you have to go to the grocery store. But we're going to be smart. Everyone there, because they're an automotive workshop, they're still an essential business, and they have been at this for the last few weeks while everyone's been in quarantine. And yesterday I was really impressed. I mean, no one came near me, no one shook my hand, everyone stayed within, well over 6 feet. So I think we're in good shape to do the live stream and be safe. But yeah, let's go in and see the Evija. The Evija on this truck is not the full production version. This is pre-production, and it's more of a demo car that looks and feels exactly like what the car will feel like. However, it doesn't have 2,000 horsepower. This is about as fast as it's going to go. That's right. But watching it move is something else. And the first thing you notice is the size. It's incredibly wide, but it's pretty small. And inside, we've got very detailed but sparse interior features. The center stack has this honeycomb design with haptic touch buttons, and of course the rear view mirror is just a camera. Inside you've got this incredible dashboard which is hollow. It serves just as a rigid crossmember, and you can actually reach your hand through the dashboard. Very cool. The pedals reflect the same honeycomb as you saw on those center stack buttons. And here we get to the steering wheel, where we can change our modes, so the car can go down to as little as 400 horsepower, so you can drive it a little more nicely in the city. The seats are customizable. In the center, you'll be able to change what it says. It says for the drivers right now. And if you need to store some things, there are these little cubby holes on the side where you can put your phone. But here's where the real trickery is. You'll notice the hollow Venturi tunnels coming out through the taillights. Those taillights are called afterburners because they look like a jet fighter. This is all in the name of making a slippery car. And then of course we've got this ridiculous wing that deploys from the rear, and if you look way at the bottom on that diffuser, you can actually see that DRS system, yes, it has a DRS system on a street car, that's going to move as well in order to reduce drag. The president of Lotus North America confirmed to me that it will in fact do 0 to 300 kilometers per hour in under 9 seconds. Think about that, under 9 seconds to 186 miles per hour. And of course you'll need to charge your mid-mounted battery pack, and they designed this trick door in the rear, so even charging is a treat in this car. And all of this comes at a hefty price tag, starting at $2.5 million. They'll only be making 130 of these, so if you have to have one, you should jump on it now. But I'm pretty sure most of us are priced out. So that was the Lotus Evija. I don't know that I'll ever see one again, so it was kind of tough to film it because I was just hoping that I wasn't going to miss an angle or a detail. There's these little fins, these little fans in the headlights to cool them because they're these dual beam laser headlights, the first in the business, which, I mean, when you're talking about like a $2.5 million car, The headlights can't possibly be the most interesting thing. It's the fact that it has 2,000 horsepower. And man, you got plenty of room. You could make that. You could do that. But it was quite stressful just filming this today because we're going in and we couldn't have the event, but there's still people there. And you've got to be very cautious of your own health. And, I actually just made a run down to my apartment after this to get some medication because I have pretty bad asthma, which is one of the reasons that you're seeing me try to take this as seriously as possible, because I don't want to be in a position where I get put on a ventilator. I don't know that I would survive that. My lungs are bad enough with just like regular allergies compounding my asthma symptoms. And then you go ahead and add a cold or a flu and I'm a total wreck. So, man, this guy, he must not be getting anything. That's pretty sad. But I can't tell you how excited I am to see like a proper electric hypercar. This is next level. And to be able to put a motor on each corner with 500 horsepower, and that you're going to be able to kind of tailor it. So, sorry, there's a ton of stuff in my car because I literally just came back from filming. So to be able to put programming into it that's going to allow you to really tailor how it drives, this is some next level stuff. Nobody's doing this. And I'm excited that Lotus is going to be probably the first out the door to really make something crazy. And if it works, if it actually delivers on its promise, this car is going to be a total game changer. And I think this is going to be where you'll start to see a lot of others follow, which is so bizarre when you think about it, like people following Lotus. If Lotus can get out the door quickly enough on this, they'll have beat out Ferrari and Porsche and McLaren. I mean, that's crazy. And don't forget, if you want a Tedward logo sticker, all you have to do is go over to my Instagram and DM me, and we will set it up, and I'll send it off to you personally with clean hands. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I hope you enjoyed the Evija as much as I did. It was really special to be able to see it, and I'm gutted that I wasn't really able to share that experience in person with a larger group